What if I told you that your grocery cart, not an expensive clinic, holds the most powerful anti-aging tools on Earth? After the age of 60, your body does not just slow down. Your cells are literally aging at a biological level. Your telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA, are shortening. Your inflammation levels are rising. Your brain is losing volume. And your muscle mass is quietly disappearing. But here is the thing that most doctors will not tell you. You can fight back. Not with pills, not with injections, with food. Today, I am breaking down the 5 best foods that science has proven can reverse the biological aging process, especially if you are over 60. We are talking peer-reviewed studies, clinical trials, and hard data. This is not clickbait. This is real. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will have a practical, science-backed plan to start eating younger today. Food number 1. Wild blueberries. Let us start with a tiny fruit with an enormous reputation. Wild blueberries. Now, I know what you are thinking. Everyone says blueberries are healthy. But the science behind why they fight aging after 60 is absolutely fascinating. Here is what the research actually says. A landmark study published in the journal Biogerontology reviewed 9 randomized controlled trials involving 513 patients and found that blueberry intake led to a statistically significant improvement in episodic memory in elderly Brody-S individuals with mild cognitive impairment. But it is not just memory. A clinical trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed adults aged 65 to 80 and found that those who consumed wild blueberry powder daily for 12 weeks had healthier blood vessels and performed better on cognitive tasks compared to the placebo group. Why does this happen? Blueberries are loaded with compounds called anthocyanins. These are the pigments that give them that deep blue-purple color. Anthocyanins are believed to cross the blood-brain barrier and physically accumulate in the hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for learning and memory. And here is the aging connection you need to understand. After age 60, blood flow to the brain naturally decreases. Studies using brain imaging have confirmed that blueberry consumption can actually improve cerebrovascular circulation, meaning more blood, more oxygen, more brain power. A separate study from the University of Cincinnati even found that middle-aged adults who were overweight and pre-diabetic, a high-risk group for dementia, showed significant cognitive improvement after just 12 weeks of daily blueberry consumption. The recommended amount is half a cup to 1 cup daily. Frozen wild blueberries are just as powerful as fresh and often cheaper. Add them to your morning oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothie. Food number 2. Wild-caught fatty fish. If blueberries are the king of brain anti-aging, then wild-caught fatty fish is the king of cellular anti-aging. Here is the concept I want you to understand. Telomeres. Your DNA is organized into chromosomes. At the tips of every chromosome are protective caps called telomeres. Think of them like the plastic tips on shoelaces. Every time your cells divide, these caps get a little shorter. When they get too short, the cell stops working properly. This is one of the core mechanisms of aging. Now here is the critical data. A meta-analysis published in the journal BMC Biochemistry and Molecular Biology analyzed 5 clinical trials comprising 337 participants and found that omega-3 fatty acid supplementation had a statistically significant beneficial effect on telomere length. But wait, it gets even bigger. The VITAL trial, one of the largest anti-aging studies ever conducted, followed 25,871 adults over 5 years using a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled design from Harvard Medical School. Their telomere study tracked 1,054 participants and assessed cellular aging markers at baseline, year 2, and year 4. The results? Marine omega-3 supplementation was associated with reduced telomere shortening over the 4-year follow-up period. In plain English, people who got more omega-3s aged more slowly at the cellular level. Beyond telomeres, omega-3 fatty acids from fatty fish provide DHA and EPA, essential fats that reduce systemic inflammation, the driver of virtually every age-related disease. They support cardiovascular health, which is the #1 cause of death after 60. and they lubricate joints, reducing the stiffness and pain that many seniors experience. The best sources are wild Alaskan, salmon, sardines, mackerel, and anchovies. Aim for 2 to 3 servings per week. Farmed salmon contains fewer omega-3s and more inflammatory omega-6s. Always go wild-caught when possible. Food number 3. Turmeric. Food number 3 has been used in Indian and Ayurvedic medicine for over 4,000 years, and modern science is finally catching up to what ancient healers already knew. I am talking about turmeric, specifically its active compound, curcumin. Here is the core aging problem curcumin targets: chronic low-grade inflammation. Scientists have given this a name: inflammaging. It is the gradual, invisible increase in inflammation that accelerates biological aging after 60. It is linked to heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes, arthritis, and almost every major killer. Now let us look at what the science says curcumin does to it. A massive meta-analysis analyzed 66 randomized controlled trials and found that turmeric and curcumin supplementation significantly reduced key inflammatory markers. C-reactive protein was reduced by 0.58 milligrams per liter. TNF-alpha was reduced by 3.48 picograms per milliliter. And interleukin-6 was reduced by 1.31 picograms per milliliter. These 3 markers are the holy trinity of inflammation in your body. Lowering them is directly associated with reduced risk of heart disease, slower cognitive decline, and a longer health span. A 2024 systematic review published in the MDPI Nutrients Journal specifically focused on curcumin and aging, and concluded that curcumin shows promise in reducing cognitive decline, neurodegeneration, and muscle loss in older adults. Those are 3 of the biggest quality of life destroyers after 60. Now, here is something most videos will not tell you. Raw turmeric has poor bioavailability. Your body does not absorb it well on its own. The fix? Black pepper. Piperine, the active compound in black pepper, increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Always combine turmeric with black pepper. Easy ways to use it include a golden milk latte with turmeric, black pepper, warm milk, and honey. You can also add half a teaspoon to scrambled eggs, or mix it into soups, curries, and rice dishes. Food number 4. Dark leafy greens. Food number 4 might be the most underrated anti-aging food category in existence, and most people over 60 are not eating nearly enough of it. I am talking about dark leafy greens. Think spinach, kale, collard greens, Swiss chard, and arugula. A 2025 study from the University of Washington, published in the journal Aging, identified the dietary patterns most strongly associated with reversed biological age. At the top of the list was daily consumption of dark leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables. Here is why they work so powerfully. First, DNA methylation support. Dark greens are rich in folate and B vitamins, nutrients essential for DNA methylation. This is the process that controls which genes are switched on or off. Dysfunctional methylation is directly linked to accelerated biological aging and increased cancer risk. Second, vitamin K2 for bones and blood vessels. After 60, calcium can deposit in the wrong places, arteries, instead of bones. Vitamin K2, found in greens, acts as a traffic director, sending calcium to your bones and away from your arteries. This is why green vegetable consumption is associated with lower rates of osteoporosis and cardiovascular disease. Third, lutein for eyes and brain. Lutein, the pigment that gives leafy greens their color, has been shown to accumulate in the macula of the eye and in brain tissue. Studies show higher lutein levels are directly correlated with better cognitive performance in older adults. Fourth, magnesium. Over 50% of adults over 60 are deficient in magnesium. Leafy greens are one of the best dietary sources. Magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including sleep quality, muscle function, blood pressure regulation, and blood sugar control. Aim for 2 cups of dark leafy greens per day. Easy ways to eat more include adding a handful of spinach to your morning smoothie. You will not taste it. You can also massage kale with olive oil and lemon for a tender salad, or stir greens into soups, omelets, or pasta. Food number 5, extra virgin olive oil. And now we reach food number 5, the one that surprised even scientists. Extra virgin olive oil. Now, this might seem basic, but the depth of anti-aging evidence behind this single food is staggering. Here is the key compound, oleocanthal. Oleocanthal is a natural anti-inflammatory compound found only in high-quality extra virgin olive oil. Research has shown it functions similarly to ibuprofen. It inhibits the same enzymes responsible for pain and inflammation. But unlike ibuprofen, it does this without the side effects that can be dangerous for older adults, like kidney stress and gastrointestinal bleeding. Now let us look at the longevity data. The PREDIMED study, one of the largest nutritional studies ever conducted, followed 7,447 adults at high cardiovascular risk over nearly 5 years. Participants assigned to a Mediterranean diet supplemented with extra virgin olive oil saw a 30% reduction in major cardiovascular events, significantly lower risk of stroke, and reduced risk of type 2 diabetes. But here is what makes extra virgin olive oil a specific anti-aging food, not just a healthy fat. A 2024 study on dietary polyphenols as anti-aging agents found that polyphenol-rich foods and extra virgin olive oil is one of the richest sources of polyphenols in the human diet, directly interact with the epigenetic clock. People who consumed more polyphenols showed measurably younger biological ages. Extra virgin olive oil is also rich in oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat that reduces bad cholesterol and supports brain cell membranes. It is high in vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that protects cell membranes from oxidative damage. And it protects the gut microbiome, which is increasingly linked to immunity, mood, and longevity. When buying extra virgin olive oil, look for a dark glass bottle, a harvest date within 18 months, and a cold first-pressed label. Most olive oils in supermarkets are diluted or fake. Always buy extra virgin with a harvest date, in a dark glass bottle, from a single origin source. Use it drizzled over salads, dipped with bread, as a finishing oil over roasted vegetables, or as the base of your cooking. Recap and closing. Let us bring it all together. Here are your 5 foods that reverse aging after 60. Number 1. Wild blueberries. Half a cup to 1 cup daily. They protect your brain through anthocyanins and improve blood flow to the hippocampus. Number 2. Wild-caught fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, 2 to 3 times per week. They protect your telomeres and reduce cellular aging through omega-3 fatty acids. Number 3. Turmeric with black pepper, half a teaspoon daily. It fights inflammaging by reducing CRP, TNF-alpha, and interleukin-6. Number 4. Dark leafy greens like kale and spinach, 2 cups daily. They support DNA methylation, strengthen bones, and prevent cognitive decline. Number 5. Extra virgin olive oil, 2 to 4 tablespoons daily. Its polyphenols directly interact with your epigenetic clock and reduce biological age. The science is clear. What you eat after 60 does not just affect your waistline, it affects your biological age, your brain, your telomeres, and your lifespan. You do not need a $1,000 supplement stack. You need a smart grocery list and the knowledge to use it. If this video opened your eyes, please hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach people who need this information. And if you know someone over 60 who could benefit from this, share it with them right now. Drop a comment below. Which of these 5 foods are you already eating? And which one surprised you most? Subscribe if you have not subscribed.